Sometimes, a single announcement can send shockwaves across the globe, altering the course of history in an instant. The world holds its breath as leaders make decisions that ripple far beyond their borders, shaping the future for generations to come. On October 30th, 2025, President Donald Trump stunned the world by declaring that the United States would resume nuclear weapons testing, ending a moratorium that had lasted for more than 3 decades. The announcement, delivered from the White House, was met with immediate and intense reactions both at home and abroad. The decision instantly polarized the nation. Politicians in Congress launched heated debates, with some arguing that renewed testing is essential for national security, while others warned it could spark a dangerous new arms race. Military experts weighed in, questioning the strategic necessity and the risks involved. International leaders, gathered at a global summit, expressed deep concern, fearing the move could unravel decades of progress in nuclear disarmament. The timing of Trump's announcement is no coincidence. With the New START Treaty, the last major arms control agreement between the US and Russia, nearing its expiration date and a critical diplomatic meeting with China just days away, the stakes could not be higher. The world watches anxiously as the clock ticks down, wondering if this is a calculated move to gain leverage or a sign of escalating tensions. Is the president's decision truly about ensuring the reliability and effectiveness of America's aging nuclear arsenal, or is it a bold, high-risk negotiating tactic designed to pressure rivals at the bargaining table? Experts are divided, with some insisting that testing is necessary to maintain a credible deterrent, while others warn it could provoke a new era of nuclear brinkmanship. For decades, the world believed that nuclear testing was a relic of the Cold War, a dangerous chapter that had been closed for good. Now that confidence has been shattered. The resumption of testing threatens to undermine international arms control efforts, embolden other nuclear powers, and destabilize the fragile balance that has kept the world safe from nuclear conflict. The president's directive to the Pentagon is not just political theater, it's a concrete, decisive step toward a new and uncertain era. Military officials are already preparing for the possibility of live tests, signaling that this policy shift is more than just words. Decades of painstakingly negotiated international agreements now hang in the balance. The global community faces the real possibility that the framework of arms control, built over generations, could unravel almost overnight. The stakes, both for America and the world, have never been higher. As the world grapples with this bombshell decision, we must ask ourselves, why was this path chosen now? And what are the true implications for global security, stability, and the future of nuclear arms control? The answers may shape the fate of nations for years to come. To truly grasp the significance of Trump's announcement, we need to look back at the history and consequences of nuclear testing, a story that shaped the modern world in profound ways. Nuclear testing began in the 1940s as nations raced to develop the most powerful weapons ever created. These tests were not just scientific experiments, they were displays of military might, political statements, and for many, sources of fear and anxiety. Throughout the Cold War, hundreds of nuclear explosions scarred landscapes and left lasting environmental damage. Radioactive fallout drifted across borders, contaminating water, soil, and air, while communities near test sites suffered increased rates of cancer and other illnesses. In response to growing public outcry and scientific evidence of harm, the 1963 Partial Test Ban Treaty was signed, moving tests underground to reduce atmospheric fallout. Yet, even underground tests posed risks of radioactive leaks and seismic disturbances. By the early 1990s, the Cold War's end and breakthroughs in computer modeling allowed scientists to simulate nuclear explosions without detonating real bombs. This made explosive testing less necessary for maintaining national security. In 1992, the United States declared a moratorium on nuclear testing, setting a powerful example for the rest of the world and signaling a new era of restraint and responsibility. The Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty, adopted in 1996, aimed to ban all nuclear explosions everywhere. While the U.S. signed the treaty, it has never been ratified by the Senate, leaving its future uncertain. Despite this, for over 30 years, America has honored the spirit of the test ban, relying on advanced science and rigorous maintenance to ensure the safety and reliability of its nuclear arsenal, without the need for new explosions. This long-standing restraint is what makes Trump's announcement such a dramatic and controversial shift. It raises questions about the future of arms control and the risks of a renewed nuclear arms race. With the world's non-proliferation architecture now under threat, the stakes have never been higher for global security and the future of nuclear weapons policy. In a move that sent shockwaves through the international community, President Trump told reporters he was reviving nuclear testing, a decision that immediately captured the world's attention and reignited old fears about a new arms race. Trump justified his decision by saying it was necessary to keep pace with Russia and China, two nations he accused of pushing the boundaries of nuclear development. He claimed America's rivals were already conducting secretive tests, framing his move as a matter of fairness and national security, insisting that the United States should not be at a disadvantage on the global stage. However, despite these claims, there's no public evidence of full-scale Russian or Chinese nuclear tests since the 1990s. In fact, only North Korea has openly conducted such tests in the 21st century, raising questions about the true nature of the threat. U.S. intelligence agencies have long suspected Russia and China of carrying out low-yield nuclear experiments, smaller, less detectable tests that skirt international treaties. Yet these suspicions remain hotly debated among experts, with some arguing the evidence is circumstantial at best. The president's argument is clear: if America continues to adhere to stricter standards while its adversaries push the limits, the nation risks falling behind in a dangerous new era of nuclear competition. Recent Russian military advances, such as the highly publicized Burevestnik missile test and the unveiling of new strategic weapons, have only added urgency to Trump's message, fueling concerns that the global balance of power is shifting. Trump's move is a direct response, a bold signal to both allies and adversaries that the U.S. will not stand by as others modernize their arsenals. It's a message meant to reassure Americans of their security, while warning rivals that the U.S. is prepared to act. As a result, the lines of nuclear competition are being redrawn, with each nation reassessing its strategies and alliances in a rapidly changing world. The world is watching closely, as leaders gather in tense diplomatic meetings, and citizens everywhere wonder what the future holds. The stakes are escalating, and the next chapter in the nuclear age is being written right now. Experts are divided on Trump's true intentions. Some believe he's responding to alleged low-yield tests by Russia and China, aiming to level the playing field. Supporters argue that resuming tests could help modernize the U.S. arsenal and close any technology gap. Others see the announcement as political theater, a bargaining chip ahead of talks with China. By making the threat explicit, Trump injects uncertainty into global diplomacy. Is the U.S. bluffing or ready to break a decades-old taboo? The answer will shape the future of arms control. Many see Trump's move as a gambit to force a new arms control deal. The New START treaty is expiring, and the U.S. wants China at the table. The threat of renewed testing could pressure Beijing to negotiate, fearing an arms race it can't win. But it's a risky strategy. China could double down, escalating the competition. Russia, too, is under pressure, as the U.S. signals the old bilateral framework is over. The message future arms control must include all three powers, or there may be none at all. This all-or-nothing approach could lead to a breakthrough, or total collapse. The stakes for global security have never been higher. Trump's announcement has strong backing from his party and national security hawks. Supporters argue the U.S. has been constrained while Russia and China modernize their arsenals. Senator Jim Risch calls the move a necessary show of strength, especially with leaders like Putin rattling sabers. Vice President J.D. Vance emphasizes the need for real-world data to ensure the arsenal's reliability. Skeptics of computer simulations believe only actual tests can guarantee performance. For this camp, the moratorium belongs to a bygone era. Today's world demands a tougher stance. They see Trump's decision as a realistic response to renewed great power competition. Critics, especially Democrats and arms control advocates, call Trump's move reckless and dangerous. They warn it could shatter the global norm against testing, giving Russia and China cover to restart their own programs. Senator Jack Reed argues this would trigger a new arms race and undermine non-proliferation efforts worldwide. The U.S. stockpile, critics note, is already certified as safe and reliable without explosive tests. The stockpile stewardship program has worked for decades. There's no technical need to resume testing. Breaking with allies on this issue could isolate the U.S. and damage its credibility. Instead of pressuring China, it might hand Beijing a propaganda victory. For opponents, this is a self-inflicted wound that risks global stability for questionable gains. At the heart of the debate is a clash between ensuring weapon reliability and avoiding escalation. Supporters of testing argue national security depends on a credible deterrent. Aging warheads may need real tests. A single well-instrumented test could confirm effectiveness and validate computer models. Opponents counter that the current stewardship program has worked for 30 years. Resuming tests would break a global taboo and risk a new arms race. The security gained from more data is outweighed by the dangers of renewed competition. True safety, they argue, comes from stability, not more tests. Resuming testing could legitimize Russian and Chinese buildups and undermine U.S. authority on non-proliferation. The core question: does safety come from perfect weapons or from a world where their use remains unthinkable? Trump's directive sets a new, unpredictable course for U.S. nuclear policy. The Nevada test site could be ready in months or years. Signs of activity will reveal if this is real or a bluff. International reaction will be swift, with allies condemning the move and rivals weighing their own responses. The upcoming Trump-Xi meeting is now a pivotal diplomatic moment. Domestically, Congress will battle over funding, with public opinion and the election cycle shaping the debate. Has the era of nuclear restraint ended, or is this a high-stakes gambit for a new deal? The world stands at a crossroads, with the future of arms control and global security hanging in the balance. The next steps will define the nuclear age for years to come.